with a win here tonight. That was nice. Final 5 seconds. Oh, Barrios wobbles somewhat. They're going to fire back to the very end. Good effort by Barrios.
Great effort.
And an outstanding comeback for Keith Thurman.
Excellent fight. It was a great fight. Barrios made a great account of himself.
Yeah, he made a great effort.
He may have a future in the welterweight division. He's going to have to get a little bit better, get used to this weight, and have more fights at welterweight. But
let's just say this: now it's going to be open for debate. Tank Davis hits harder. I'm not saying this, but I'm saying this is why I feel Keith Thurman needed a knockout, despite it being a 2.5-year layoff, despite him having multiple injuries. But look at this right here. As we scroll through the box rec, while they gather the particulars and we listen to the scores, I gave Mario Barrios, you can find, generously 2 rounds. 26-1. Well, he should be 26-2. 17 KOs. But look, if you just see if you spot it. He's fought as low as 126 pounds. His last fight was against Tank Davis last June at 140. In my opinion, he lost his fight to Bakhtir Akhmedov. He had his jaw broken. Took over a year off. Back to 140 pounds, he needs to go. Take a time out, like the video, subscribe on TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. It is after midnight, so I am on my indica right now. I've been sitting here since about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 12:45 a.m. My dog has got to go take a piss in the shit. There's a post-fight press conference coming up. We're going to try to get you some highlights. Follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy, Instagram. My social media is down below in the description box. I'm tired. So is it safe to say that if Spence and Ugas happens in April or in the first or second week of April, that is what's being reported by Keith Idec Boxing Scene, that we can see Keith Thurman fight that winner pretty much writing on the wall, unless they do something crazy like maybe Thurman versus Tank Davis? But you have to think that those who put this fight together had to have it like, all right, well, Tank Davis beat him. Hold on, let me turn it up.
All 3 in favor of the winner.
We didn't hear the cards.
Keith
One time Thurman. The judges had it 10-2 or 9-3. Keith Thurman wins going away, beating a very game Mario Barrios. Keith Thurman getting back into the swing of things and back as a major player at the welterweight division.
I'm also back in the swing of things. We're getting back too. So we're going to listen to the post-fight interviews. The first ones of the night.
Not the outcome you were looking for here tonight, Mario, but you did have this crowd behind you cheering for you throughout.
We'll talk more in detail about the fight after the interviews.
Keith Thurman, he came out and established himself early. He maintained that. Did he surprise you in this fight?
No, it was kind of the fight I was expecting. Like I said beforehand, he was the one who had to come in here, and
is his nose broke?
He was saying he was gonna knock me out and all this stuff, and I couldn't hurt him. But I mean, I think we all saw, I belong up here with the great fighters. And overall,
somebody let me know in the comments. Does that look like his nose is broken?
Man, shout out to everybody who showed up. I appreciate y'all's support. And much love, man.
You had success in that 8th round, taking the wind out of his sails a bit with that body shot, but he made it very difficult for you to set anything up tonight with that movement.
Yeah, I mean, we knew going into this fight, he was going to be on his bike a lot, especially if I started to hurt him.
The Jelly Belly did show up.
I believe I did several times. And it was an adjustment, that I should have made better. And, I'm going to go back, in the gym and work on all this.
147 is your new weight class. What did you learn about yourself at 147 pounds, going the distance with a former unified champion?
Overall, I felt stronger. There was nothing in there, that really had hurt me, to where I touched the canvas or couldn't continue. And again, overall, man, I was just, I was happy with the outcome. I didn't get the win, but I still came out here, gave all the fans a good fight. Thank you.
Certainly a great attitude. All right, yes, I know this isn't the end of it for you. We'll send it now over to Jordan Plant.
Yo, how does he do at 147, bro? We're going to talk about it. Let's get through the post-fight interviews. Remember, this is live real time.
It felt good. You know, I still felt a little ring rust in there, but it was amazing. He was a great opponent. He had more poise. He learned from his last outing. I learned from my last outing. I'm just happy to be back in the ring. Thank you to all the fans, man. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and supporting this beautiful event, this beautiful night of boxing. Thank you, Fox. Thank you, Al Heyman. Thank you to my team, everybody that helped me back at Tampa Bay Holistic Wellness, Peaceful Warriors, my team right here, man. I'm just so grateful to everybody that got me to this position that I'm in now, and I look forward to having a better year later this year. 2022, baby. One time is back.
I know you're excited. Now we're going to take a look at the 12th round. Just look at the work you were doing. You had some nice power shots landing. I mean, you were out for 2.5 years. I don't think people know how hard it is to come back in shape, go hard for 12 rounds, have the timing down, have the distance. What did you think of your performance?
You know, I really grade this one like a C+, B- for myself. But, you know, I knew that I was sharp from the sparring, and he was very poised. I showed him some movement. I saw some fundamental mistakes. You know, he was crossing his feet over. I was like, okay, I can treat this boy like some of my sparring partners, and I can just school him a little bit, get back on that jab war with him, and land the better power shots like I did all night.
Now, you were telling me about your hand. You think you hurt your hand in about the 3rd round. Do you feel like, you know, that could have been the difference in you stopping this fight, because you were landing some hard lefts, and that is your left hand that's hurting?
You know, it was a left uppercut. It bruised one of the knuckles. It made me not want to throw that punch anymore. But, you know, I was getting him with the right. I cut him with the right. I rocked him a few times. You know, I just got to get back in the gym, get grinding, and push that high intensity, high endurance. That's what I'm missing right now. I got the stamina. I got the timing. I just got to go a little harder, and we're prepared to do that later on this year.
We're looking forward to seeing you later this year. But tonight I want to bring up something. I saw you went to the sports book to place a bet on yourself. So you knew you were coming with a win tonight. Want to tell us a little bit about that?
The casino didn't want to take my money, man. I had a cashier's check. They didn't want to take the cashier's check. I didn't have time. I had to get here and perform. I said, look, who cares about the knockout? We're going to box hard. We're going to box smart. We rocked him. We weren't able to put him down and out, but we had a great performance. We had a great fight. He was a tremendous athlete in the ring. He was very poised. He has a good future ahead of him. Congratulations, Mario Barrios. You couldn't get one time, but you're a great fighter.
I love the sportsmanship. Now, what's next? We're not going to wait 2.5 years to see you again. We better see you again soon. The summer, who do you want? What's next?
I want the belts, baby. I want the champions. I want to be back on top. So whoever's willing to send Keith Thurman a contract, let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right, here we go. Brian, back to you. Congrats, Keith Thurman.
That's good to hear.
All right. So where do we start? Hopefully he doesn't say anything, or him and Tank Davis don't get into no shit, because then Tank Davis going to say, you know, I stopped him, you didn't. You have to think that the handlers were like, yo, you know, Keith Thurman should be able to stop him. But overall, he did look good, though. And I don't remember him looking in that great of shape. He did get punched in the stomach. And that was an issue. Hold on 1 minute. Let's take a little jump cut. Don't mind me. Had to get a cough drop. So, you know, he was in great shape. He did look sharp. He's talking to Fox Deportes. Let me see if we can hear him.
Shots, but he's not too far from where he left off.
Yeah.
But the jelly belly showed itself. I don't know if it was round number 9 or 10. He ducked right into a shot right here into the gut. You know, spit his mouthpiece into his glove, was carrying it around for the last minute or so of the round. It was all the rage on social media. You know, those body shots. Even Sean Porter posted something about it, and they did a little segment talking to Sean Porter about it. But industry sources, according to Boxing Scene's Key Fighter, is predicting this pay-per-view to do about 75 to 100,000 pay-per-view buys. It just wasn't no bud. And let me tell you, if you watch the broadcast, you can see how empty the arena was. Doesn't help that we, you know, had another card taking place. Where was that? Down in San Antonio, which I'm going to cover in the morning. Bam Rodriguez defeating Carlos Cuadras. I would have predicted that. I don't know why I didn't. Never really was high on Carlos Cuadras. Never, you know. And that's a video we got to do regarding that WBC situation. And speaking of the WBC, down below in the description box, 3 links. One, the Roku, Apple, Android, the WBC app, powered by the Vive Network. I got a plan. For the people who are going to watch this video, you're hearing me now. I'm really stepping my foot into the interview field. You know, we're going to start getting people on the phone. I haven't been really talking about it, but, you know, something's cooking. Something's cooking. I'm just settling down into things. Like tonight, I treated tonight like, yo, this is going to be me getting back into the swing of shit, you know? So we're going to be here basically every weekend, we're going to be here covering boxing. And I was supposed to stream tonight, but I just wasn't feeling well. And, you know, being able to, I was supposed to stream during the fight, but I wasn't comfortable because I had a little asthma flare up and had to go to the ER for like 3 hours. No, it was like 2 hours, not even that. By the way, maybe, I don't know if it's because I live in the suburbs or whatever, but, you know, don't believe the news when they say the hospitals are filled up, unless you're in like the super inner city, you know, Brooklyn, New York or something. You know, of course, they're always going to be full. But out here, I was like in and out. You know, had my little breathing treatment. They gave me my steroids, everything. But let's look at the division. First, let's start with Mario Barrios. If he's going to stay at 147, who does he beat? Does he beat? And I'm talking about names that we know. Let's listen to Sean Porter for a little bit, though.
I guess you excuse some things. However, for the most part, he punched him when he wanted to punch. He landed when he wanted to land it. Went when he wanted to land. He moved how he wanted to move, controlled the ring.
That music a little too loud. You know, I don't want to get copyrighted, you know, off of some music. But as far as Mario Barrios is concerned, who does he beat at 140 pounds? That, you know, a name that you know, that you're going to be like, all right, yo, you know, from the performance he put on tonight, you know, from his debut, even though he lost, you know, 10 rounds to 2 pretty much against Keith Thurman, who does he beat? I'm trying to get them to show you that body shot. I want to try. I don't feel like rewinding back because I'm also recording it onto my desktop. But overall, like, he was sharp. It's just that once he got punched in the stomach, you know, he got on his bike and the fight changed. But yeah, he was showing a nice variety of punches, lunging a little bit. But you have to think, you know, the man was on a 2.5-year layoff against a taller fighter. You know? Let me see if I can find that body shot for you. Even if we have to take a jump cut. I think this is it. This is it. That's when they didn't show the shot. They only showed when he spit out the mouthpiece. They haven't showed that replay the whole post fight. But I'm interested to hear if Barrios' face. Oh, here it is. Wait, that's not it. Let me see if we can find it. Was that it? Pause it if you have to. Rewind, put it in slow motion. But it kind of looked like he hit him on the arm. Like, did he hit him? Did some of it slip under the elbow from the angle? I can't see it. Well, it's being said it was a body shot, and the momentum of the fight pretty much changed. But overall, you know, even though he didn't get the knockout, that's going to haunt him. But, you know, you can still say, well, you know, 2.5-year layoff, but, you know, there's going to be people that are going to bring up Tank Davis did it, you know, and we're just, you know, being a realist here. But looking, let me stay on track. I'm trying to find somebody that I can say, yo, put it this way, Mario Barrios, they need to take it easy with him. He's 26 years old. He just lost 2 fights straight, 2 big pay-per-view fights. It's like, all right, I'm cool with them building him up, you know, like taking a dial back a couple of fights. You dig? And finding himself. You know, see what Cody Crowley doing. See if you can hang there. You know, get a couple fights you could win, but yet you don't want to, you know, really like fight no names, really, right? You want to make sure you're fighting somebody that at least some fans, you know, like heard of, you know, so do this fight maybe. You know, work your way up the ranking. Somebody that maybe we don't know, but they can say, well, you know, here is Sean's top 10, by the way. Kind of controversial with Ugas number 2. Pause it if you have to. I posted it on my Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. The link is down below in the description box. Let's listen in, though. See what he has to say.
Do you think, having seen what you've seen from him in the ring tonight, that he has what it takes to go ahead and take a belt from one of those 3 champions?
I think so. I think if anything, you say Errol Spence Jr. because Errol Spence has gone through some things himself. He's been out of the ring. I think if anything, that's more of a fair fight for both gentlemen. Ugas, I think Ugas is a body snatcher, so I think that there could be some problems there. However, I think that the boxing ability that Keith has, his time and his rhythm, to give Ugas some problems, I do think that Terrence Crawford is a tall order for Keith Thurman.
So let me give my thoughts. And once again, we were talking about the plan for Barrios, fight somebody like a Coley Crawley, maybe some name in the top, in the lower 5 of the top 15 of one of the sanctioning bodies. And then maybe work towards a fight with Jamal James, something like that, because he needs to do a little bit of rebuilding too. And then try to go from there, because, he can't beat Danny Garcia. If Danny Garcia is going to be staying at 147, he can't beat Boots Ennis. I'm not confident against him, against a David Evanesian, Jose Zito Lopez, Mikey Garcia. I'm just not confident. Virgil Ortiz, Conor Ben. I'm just not confident. You dig? We're going to leave that at that. The video is already too long anyway. We're going to talk about it in more detail on my stream for the post-fight press conference. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and TstreeT Controversy with FITE View 360.